Alright, hello everybody. We're going to be doing something a little different today, seeing as there's a special event going on, basically today only. And seeing as it's free to enter, and should be pretty interesting to play, we're going to do that. Mostly I have a standard deck in mind that I want to give a test run to see how much I want to craft it, and this is a pretty good place to do that. I actually have two standard decks I want to give a test run to, but one of them I think is going to be a little bit more powerful than the other, so we're going to do that one. Whereas the Simic Oko deck, I have a lot of faith in, but I don't think it's as powerful as this one. Anyway, what we're doing today is this win every card standard challenge. Nobody's actually going to hit 12 wins. I would. Okay, some people are going to hit 12 wins, but you get rewards based on your wins anyway. So it's not like 11-0, 11-2, and you lose. But yeah, so it's 12 match wins or 2 match losses, which is an extremely high bar, let me tell you. That is 90% or higher than a 90% win rate. So, yeah. I mean, obviously it's a match, not a game, but yeah, so we're going to do some constructed. So the deck I have in mind, if you're familiar with Standard, you might already know this one. It's the Field of the Dead deck. I want to give a roll. I've been playing variants of it in previous Standard, and it seems like it's just going to be better now, because, like, it's, like, there aren't answers to Field of the Dead anymore, is part of it. No Field of Ruin, no Alpine Moon, things like that. So, this deck, let me go ahead and kind of put this together. This is going to be an amalgam of about 3 or 4 different lists. So the way this deck functions is, I'm going to actually pull up its first card right away. Field of the Dead is a card that is a land, comes to play tapped, taps are colorless. Whenever Field of the Deck or another land enters the battlefield under your control, if you control 7 or more lands, make a 2/2 zombie. The way this card functions is, if you can get to the late game, if you can get to the point where you can trigger this on any land drop, you kind of have the game sealed up against any sort of like control deck or any deck that's trying to play long and isn't using a game plan like this. Field of the Dead is very hard to answer, and makes recurring threats out of your lands. So the way the deck functions, all we need to do is make it to a long game, and if we make it to a long game, we're golden. So we want Field of the Dead. We want a tutor for Field of the Dead, which is Golos Tireless Pilgrim. When Golos Tireless Pilgrim enters the battlefield, search for any land and put it in the battlefield. Tap. So that's where we're going to be playing 4 Golos. We also want... The other part of this deck is that Field of the Dead asks for 7 lands of different names. So our mana base is going to be pretty varied here. We want to be playing as many different types of duels as we can. Right now, we're only in 1 color. We're going to end up being 3, splashing the other 2. So... Yes, Golos lets you play lands, though obviously land for turn. Off of that activated ability. Alright, next up we want, if we're doing ramp, the obvious outlet for ramp is the Krasis. If you're doing ramp, one of the best ramp pieces right now is Growth Spiral. And the other piece of ramp we're going to be playing is Circuitous Route. This is explosive vegetation, but it can grab gates. And the gates on here matter because the gates are how we're going to be getting up to different card names. So, speaking of gates, let's start including those. So we want Azorius Guildgate, Celestial Guildgate, Simic Guildgate. We also want to include a couple off-color gates, because we want to be able to hit the 5-color activation on Golos, and we'll have another card in the deck that wants 5-color activation as well. So I'm going to put in Boros Guildgate for the red, Golgari Guildgate for the black, and I think we want another black gate. Do we want a... I think we might want the Dimir gate. Because I feel like black is going to be a little bit more powerful because of our sideboard. We only need the one red in here. So we can include a second red. We'll see. Yeah, this is the best of 3, so sideboard exists. Gain 1 life. Other lands we want to be playing in here are these Cove and Thornwood Falls and Blossoming Sands. Other lands we want to be playing in here: Plaza of Harmony, taps for any color a gate would make. Gain 3 life, you have 2 gates. Other cards we want to playing in here: we want Temple of Melody, and I think... No, sorry, not the Temple of Melody, wrong one. Temple of Mystery. We also want those Temple Gardens. Actually, maybe Temple of Melody's okay. Okay, what if we go Temple of Melody and then that gate becomes Gruul Gate? Then we have 2 black, 2... Yeah, 2 black, 2 red sources. Okay. Breeding Pool is 2. Hollowed Fountain is 2. We also want, we're going to play this castle in here because this is, again, another land that we can play, different name, but the Scry gives us access to late game, guaranteed good draws. Not guaranteed, but, you know. And then the last duel I think we want is one that actually is really cool in this deck, because it's a fetch land, so it'll activate Field of the Dead twice. And then I want... 2 of each. 2 of those. 2 of you. 1 of you. What are we at? 30 lands. We need to cut that down. That's too many. Go to that temple and cut out... Oh! Go to that temple and cut out the Thornwood Falls, because we already have Temple of Mystery as a Thornwood Falls replacement. I want 28, because that's how many... Like, that. The rest of the deck is going to be 32 cards. The last cards in the deck, because we're in the colors that we are, High Teferi. Teferi is here to give us some survivability early game, and the instant speed gives us a little bit more we can do with, like, Circuitous Route at instant speed. We're going to be playing Realm Cloaked Giant. This is our Wrath of God. It's also one of our win conditions. This card rules. Then the last card... Sorry, not the last card. We're going to put 3 Once Upon a Time in here, because this searches any of our lands. Our Wrath is searchable by this. And a lot of, like, other cards are searchable by this. But the last card I want in my 60 is, where are you at? Kenrith the Returned King. And I think that this card is going to see more play than people expected. In a deck like this, where we're just ramping, like, infinite, Kenrith gives us an outlet that allows us to gain a bunch of life against an aggressive deck, recur or draw cards against a grindy deck, and haste as a threat with a lot of our tokens. So, I want to play 1 Kenrith. Alright, into the sideboard. So, the question is, what sort of things do we expect to be playing against for the sideboard? Well, first things first. I expect a couple decks. I expect decks that are going to be playing counter spells or thought erasure, and Veil of Summer just answers those like laughably so. Uh, what else are we going to be running into? Oh, that's not going to find it at all. Night of Fall? No. Night of... Red decks. Red decks are a thing that are always around. I see a ton of them. Autumn, maybe? Yeah. Cavalcade is a big style of red deck, and I want a creature that has the option of either being big life gain or with a good body attached, or destroy a cavalcade and move on with your life. Other things I want in this, I would like as a little bit more anti-red deck, and even against itself, Aether Gust here, which is a way to counterspell like Memory Lapse permanents against a number of different colors. The other cards I want to include, we're going to try this out. So, there are very few ways to stop Field of the Dead. Alright? Like, just... In Standard, there are three or four cards that do anything about it. There's a 6-mana Stone Rain on a split card that people play. There's a 4-mana Demolish. There's Assassin's Trophy, which replaces it. And then there's Unmoored Ego, which is Cranial Extraction. And if they don't have the field in play, we can just Cranial Extract it. So I'm going to put this on our board in case we run out into other sort of combo decks as well. It's the reason I want to have access to more... maybe I want that... Oh, God. Only the one black source. I want another black source in here somewhere. I'll have to adjust this. I want one more black source so that I can actually use this realistically. If I go that gate out and Temple of Melody in. Okay. Last couple cards from the sideboard. I want a couple different Wrath variants. Specifically Planar Cleansing at my beck and call. Maybe just the one extra. And then we want... Hold on, what was the last... I had two other cards in mind. Treachery. Alright. Anyway. So like I said, this is a deck. I did not put this together. This is like 3 amalgamated lists of this deck. Taking the parts I like and doing what I want with them. We'll see how it functions. Maybe this is just not the right direction to go with it. However, the entire point of the deck is just ramp, get Field of the Dead going, survive to turn 6. If you can survive to the point where your Field of the Dead is active, it's very hard to lose. You have a lot of incredibly powerful late game cards, and a lot of ways to get to them. So... Alright, and that's gonna be our deck here. So... We get to go to 12 match wins or 2 match losses. So that means this could be a very quick one. We could have this be very, very, you know, like, oh, whoops, it ended in an hour and a half. Or this could be a long one. I don't really know. It's been you get one match mistake at least. It's not like, if it were games, oh my god. But yeah, 12 wins is not, like, a realistic hope. I hope to do what I normally do in an arena, and that's like 4 to 5. However, it's going to take us a match or two to kind of get used to this deck. The sideboarding is something I just sort of guessed on. I don't really know what we're going to be doing there. Morbius. Alright, Morbius. Are you ready? Okay, this looks fine. We've got Temple Garden, Grazer, we've got Circuitous Route, we've got Golgos. This is a turn 3 route, turn 4 Golgos, and this is probably on by then. So this is excellent. We get to pay 2 life into the Grazer. Is that even worth it? We might not have to pay 2 life into the Grazer. Because the route is what we're playing on 3. I could play the Blossoming Sands on 1. Grazer for field, Temple Garden. Clearly needs wishes. Seems like getting in the top 16 of a GP. That's about what that record is, yes. Hello. Alright. So we'll just lead off like this. Red deck, okay. So the 2 life might matter. Let's go ahead and play our Grazer. Put the Field of the Dead into play. Alright, so we want to go Circuitous Route and finish off our colors. Okay, our opponent's Cavalcade. Our opponent's Extreme Cavalcade. So we need to get going quickly. Fabled Passage. I actually think I wait on Fabled Passage, right? Because that'll be 2 Field of the Dead activations a little later. Yeah, let's wait on that. So we go Circuitous Route, grab 2 more lands. That'll put us to 6. Golos to 7, and then Field of the Dead. We get a bunch of activations, and then we're defended forever. So let's go ahead and grab Golgari Guildgate. And Boros Guildgate. Alright, so we're taking 3 next turn, and then the damage should stop. Hopefully we don't take too much more than 3. They might play down, because this is a Cavalcade turn. Okay, so we're taking 5 this turn.
Not to brag, but I'm totally the best fighter. Say hi to my fiery friends.
Yep, and this is this deck. This is the how this deck goes. Okay. Alright, so Golos wants to come on down. If we go Golos into another Field of the Dead, then play Fabled Passage, I have 4 tokens, right? And then from there, I think I could just go ahead and make this work. So take action. We want another field, Fabled Passage. Okay. Excellent. So now we've got all the setup we need. Now it's just surviving. We just need to get our life total up so we can't get sniped, right?
Say hi to my fiery friends.
Okay, let's crack this Fabled Passage. And we get 2 more Field of the Dead triggers. Here's the field. So this is what the deck is supposed to do. I'm pretty happy about this. I see you, Mastazaw. You're there. Okay, and that's the board. Yeah, hello, and hello to everybody else as well. Alright, so that's a fling and a torch courier. We need to get our life total above where we're at. Okay, and that's that. Alright, good stuff. So, that's a good way to beat the Cavalcade deck. I don't feel like that feels like a tough Oh shit. Oh, it's not matches? Oh, I thought it was matches. Oh boy. It said 2 match losses. Okay, well. Alright, I'm gonna say that's poor wording on their part. I guess this will be a lot quicker than I thought. This could end in like 10 seconds then. I feel like the deck needed to be a little different. I had a version of this that was using Fae of Wishes, that I think would have been better, if I knew that we weren't doing sideboarded games. Sorry about that. I guess I misinterpreted the data in front of me. I thought this was gonna be a lengthy one. Foxman 2.0. Alright, I see a lot here. I actually like this hand. Again, I think we go... Yeah, I think we're good. Because the Grazer is... There's no deck change restrictions. Oh, okay. We're not locked in. I think we just want to go... Guildgate Pass. Okay, green is this Goose. Alright, Goose is here. It's a decent honk. Okay, Oko would be their best play, but Farron's also a good aggressive play. Do they have Goose into Goose, maybe? They might have Goose into Goose. So the thing that makes Farron actually quite good is that it hands off its power toughness to another attacker, and it can hand it off to the Goose. We do have a blocker for it. This does mean we need to be moving pretty quick here. I need to draw some lands off these growth spirals pretty soon. Okay, Fabled Passage. Let's go ahead and... Damn. It's actually quite bad. I don't want to pop this because I want to draw another land, and I want to draw a Golos land. So let's go ahead and pass it back. We're not under heavy pressure yet, but in next turn, I think this is where we're going to see the Lord of the Storm, or a Questing Beast maybe come down, and we take 8. Like, a Questing Beast could come down, and that would be a little bit of a pain. We take, I guess Arboreal Grazer means we'd only take 6 there. There's that Questing Beast. So Questing Beast, Vigilance, Death Touch, Haste, can't be blocked by 2 or less power, combat damage can't be prevented, and it deals its damage to walkers as well. So, it's a lot of text. It's got these weird heads. They scare me. Okay, so we need to block Farron, we go to 14. Okay, we need to start getting... Okay, Plaza of Harmony, can tap for colorless. We don't gain any life because we don't control any gates, but the card will function, so... Let's go ahead and Plaza, Golos. Golos, go grab... some color that we don't have yet. We have 1 gate. Okay, the 1 gate's actually pretty good here. Okay. Use that to go grab Plains. Golos is gonna go grab, yes, take action, and I want to grab, let's go with a Temple. Let's try to improve our next draw. Circuitous Route should get me blockers. It's okay. Okay. So Circuitous Route, 3 cards left in hand. So we Circuitous Route, we go get our lands. Sure, that's almost an irrelevant body at this point. We're taking 4, 6. 4 unless they want to throw away Surferin. This thing has Death Touch. Okay, we're gonna block Surferin. And this has Reach. So we can block Goose. Hopefully they don't realize that and they just attack in with the Goose. And pump the Goose. That means damage won't be coming in through the Goose. They figured it out. Let's go ahead and do that. Because we can't block this with 2 or less power. Let's see if we can kill Farron. I don't know if we can or not, but if we get Farron off the table, that's a lot of threat gone, I think. Alright, so now we're at 8. Next turn we get a bunch of zombies. Questing Beast has an innate property where it's very good against the zombies that we make. Okay, Circuitous Route. Go grab some off-color gates and get some zombies. Alright, and then we can Hydroid Crisis next turn to gain enough power to not die. Alright. I might have to throw Golos under the Questing Beast. I think that's probably going to happen here. I think Golos is going to get thrown under the Questing Beast. We'll be able to answer the Questing Beast with the Hydroid Crisis. 3 cards in hand. There's a land. Something big? Do we have, like, another beast or another... Another beast would be very bad here. They've got a lot of life gain. We just need to stabilize. I think if we can beat the Questing Beast, we're okay. Okay, they can't have a second Questing Beast. Then what's the worst thing they could play? It's not pumping the beast. It would be... I don't know. Interesting. Let's Growth Spiral. Okay. I like Once Upon a Time here. Right, we're gonna throw some zombies under that bus. Questing Beast is gonna die. We just need to not die. That's on us. Our game plan is to live long enough to get through this. We can survive with the power of Hydroid Crisis, drawing 3, gaining 3 life, getting us some lands, making some 2/2s. I don't think the fact that Questing Beast makes it any less, like, ridiculous. We can't play that. I don't want to pay 2 life. We do want to just go ahead and pay 6 for this. Yeah, auto-pay that, please. Here comes the Hydroid Crisis. Ah, sweet, Kenrith. Okay, Kenrith fixes a lot of problems here. Same with Teferi. We actually have a lot of strong plays here that should fix things up. I think, like, Golos to grab a second field. Once we get this Questing Beast off the field, the zombies will take over the game. Okay, that's strong. But that's chump blockable. I can just throw 1 card in hand. So the cool thing about Wildborn's Preserver is that you can basically make any creature you play that's not a human into, like, a fireball on it. So Kenrith. I've got Don't know for Kenrith. I think we bounce... Bouncing the Beast doesn't do too much. It makes them replay it. Bouncing the Wildborn Preserver actually does some good stuff because they can't replay the Preserver back. Okay. Remember in Spoil Season, calling questing me Eternal S cards. Yeah, in like, words, it certainly is. Alright, so we're just gonna go ahead and throw some things under buses, see what happens. Hopefully their final card in hand is... If their final card in hand is, like, I don't know, Giant Growth, that's okay. If their final card in hand is that Garrick Overrun, that'd probably be the best play they have right now. Wow, oh my god, they could have killed me from, like, almost... Oh, goodness, okay. Oofa, that was... Thank goodness I'm at 11. Okay, wow, okay, they've got some strong cards. Let's go ahead and play out our field. We need to answer Questing Beast. I've got... I could go Golos. I could just go a Hydroid Krasis number 2 here. Hydroid Krasis number 2 here doesn't seem so bad. So the Hydroid Krasis for 7. There's another Field of the Dead. And the Arboreal Grazer to put it into play. And, okay. Not sure why it stops damage prevention. I think the actual reason it stops damage prevention is the Nexus of Fate decks from back in the day. I think that's the actual reason. Because the Nexus of Fate, like, foggy decks are, I think, why it's anti-fog. Okay, they're going to spend all their food to get Wildborn Preserver up to an 8/8, which is good because it gets over the Krasis. But it's going to get chump blocked because it doesn't trample. Also, I'm just going to Teferi it next turn. The deck rotated out when it came out. Yeah, but they still make cards, like, knowing that they want to counter certain ideas. Maybe, obviously, the deck doesn't exist anymore, but... Alright. Yeah, protection is the main reason I think it has it. Alright, I think we're good. From here, let's go ahead and play Grazer. So I'm using Grazer to put Field of the Dead into play. So that I can play Fabled Passage.
Let's slow this down.
Hold on, wait a minute. Wait a minute, are you dead? Hold on. Hold on. All creatures gain trample haste. And that's why Kenrith rules. Oh, I'm really happy about the Kenrith edition in here. I think I'm gonna, even though I know this is a best of one and not a sideboard, Kenrith I think is really good. Kenrith does a lot. Very fast now. What is this deck? This is Golos, Field of the Dead. I'm looking to see if there's any changes I want to make now that I know we're not doing sideboarded games. The change I could make, the easiest change I could do would be include one copy of Fae of Wishes, and just make my sideboard grow, right? Like, That's probably the best way to go about it. What do we want out for that? More Once Upon a Time? I like Once Upon a Time, though. This card does a lot. Yeah, so let's... So we want... one more to ego. So this, one quick thing. So Fate Wishes is only non-creature. Okay. So we want... let's get a tiny removal. Let's get a Spyglass in here. Let's get... ooh, I know what we want. Let's get an Ashiok on the board. Let's get a, yeah, can't wish for a creature. So Fate Wishes is non-creature card from outside. So our wish board has to be... let's go for, Assassin's Trophy. We do have the colors for that, and that's just kill anything. A lot of the hate cards are probably worth it. A wish for cards so that you can wish for artifact creatures. I don't think we can play Kaya's Wrath. That's double black, and we barely get... like, it's hard for us to get double black regularly. The deck is Bant colors normally. The black sources are the Guildgate, the Temple, and the Plaza if we control the Guildgate. So I don't think Kaya's Wrath is something we want. How about... what is that huge ass... could just put a Narset on the side. This is a lot of nothing, for the most part. It's a lot of... ooh, put a Jace on the side. That's a easy draw. Let's put him a Nip on the side. Let's put... yeah, that's the idea. I think Narset's another one of those that, like, in the right finale. It is... non-creature. So, I don't think putting a land is like, a joke, though. Like, I feel like there are actually, like... there are actual... lands that we could include. Maybe just one land that would be worthwhile, right? How do I get you off basic lands? Okay. So, like, Blast Zone or something like that. Mobilized District. Like, I feel like having one land in the board is worthwhile. Let's go with... let's just put a Fabled Passage in the board. Because I think if we're going to wish for a land, it's because we want Field of the Dead triggers, right? And Fabled Passage is the best Field of the Dead triggers. Anti-mill. Oh, there's an anti-mill card in Standard. It's this Jace. Does Lotus Field do anything for this? Lotus Field is the worst possible land we could play in this deck, TK Cat. Because the way that Field of the Dead works is you want 7 different named lands, and Lotus Field sacks 2 of your lands. So, like, it turns your 7 lands into 5 lands, and that's a real, that doesn't work out the way we want it to. Jay says we win if we were to... Did I put a sideboard in here? Oh, I just haven't taken a card out yet. Yeah, Lotus Field is just dreadful for us. We don't want that. I think we want some sort of... that, and like... Okay. And then the main deck, I need to make a cut. Probably just one of those once upon a times. Those are really good, though. Maybe one of the Wraths, actually. Because we can wish for another Wrath. I don't know what... Anyway, let's go ahead and... We'll call this good. We only have the one wish. It's unlikely to come up, but we might as well have it fully built out. Alright. Dr. Sleaze. This looks fine. We have a Once Upon a Time. We get a Growth Spiral and a Once Upon a Time on 2. Yeah, Once Upon a Time should find us something to make this hand work too, so. Mono red. Okay. Well. Okay. I don't think we do any wishing until next turn. We actually want to play the Guildgate first. Yeah, well, playing the 1/4 might just be a plan here, too. There's Cavalcade. Maybe that's the play. Just get a 1/4 in front of this. Buy a little bit of time. Every deck is just hard control or red deck wins. Yeah, there's no... Like, you can't play a middle ground. Because, like, if you try to play a middle ground, the Field of the Dead deck kind of beats you, right? Like... Okay. So now we Once Upon a Time. Alternate cost. Grazer Wraths. Do we want to... We can play that Wrath on 4? I think that's going to be more beneficial to us. Yeah, let's grab that Wrath. They'll know about it, but that's okay. Anyway, here's a really good blocker for you. So they have to Flame Javelin it if they want to kill Fey Wishes, or get it in combat with like a... Well, I guess Lava Coil or something like that, but like, if I can get them to spend a Flame Javelin on Fey Wishes, I'd feel good. I thought this was best of 3. That was what I was most excited for. I was building the sideboard for best of 3, and then all of a sudden it wasn't, and it's like, oh, well, that's a little sad. Fuck, okay. This is 1 turn from death. So if next turn they go ahead and play, like, this is the perfect draw. Next turn on the perfect draw is, what's the name of it? The actual perfect draw next turn would be the 4-drop. Red, 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 1, 2, 4. Torbrand. Yeah. Because Torbrand would just come down and be like, hey, what's up? Let's go Blossoming Sands, because we gain a life. And we're going to block this. We're probably just going to Wrath. Hopefully they don't have... So if they play Torbrand here... Okay, there's another 1-drop. That's good. If they're going to flood the board right now, that's actually kind of good for us. Because, like, Cavalcade's going to go off. I'm going to chump Spitfire. Yep, they get a light up the stage. And that gets them another light up the stage. And a land. There's Torbrand. Alright, so I have to Wrath here. That's fine. That's actually going to be fine. They're going to have nothing left. They're going to have Torbrand and nothing, so... Alright, check this shit out. Baylor just coming in and crushing the board. Hell yeah. I love that shit. Oh, thank God. Okay. Okay, so if I go... Golos... I think we were into get 2 bodies. Oh, sorry, Lord Sick Nasty. Yeah, let's go Golos into 2 bodies. Oh, I'm dead. Shit. God damn it.
Hellion to start some fires.
Yeah, that kills me, right? Damn it.
Oh, they're so cute.
Yeah, my hope was next turn I could play Kenrith and start just gaining life off that. But from here I just die. Because that's Cavalcade. You know, the only other line I could see there that would have worked would have been like Teferi bounce Torbrand, but I don't like the damage I would have taken in that. That's fine. Anyway, let's keep rolling. But yeah, the main thing is that the Cavalcade deck is going to be the, yeah, Torbrand turning Cavalcade triggers into 3 is extremely good. That's the power of Torbrand there. Like, it makes those attacks so very powerful. I was really hoping that this was, gonna be, okay, I actually like this. If we have the 4th land for that route, this looks really good. Yeah, this should be fine. And we'll know right away if we need to pay 2 life or if we can afford to wait. Oh, we're gonna Tomb into Grazer. Oh, they're okay. Interesting. Okay. Blue. Are they gonna... Okay, just growth spiral. Okay. Maybe another growth spiral? Yep. Welcome to ramp. They're a different color base, though. Alright, so I don't want to draw that many more guild gates, or else I guess I'll have to grab basics, and that's not that bad. This is a sort of mirror. They're more black than me. Overgrown Tomb says they actually are black. Okay. Let's go... Circuitous route. Regard guild gate. Already have red. Next turn I get a Hydroid Krasis. And their Field of the Dead is on now. So we need to find our Field of the Dead, thank you. Ah, this is good. I think that's actually a +5, so... Party Punker, thank you very much for the host. We are doing the constructed 12 and 2 rundown with Golos Field here. Playing against, it looks like a Sultai version of the deck. Probably has like the enter the battlefield doubler and a little more removal. Right now it doesn't look like they've got... Okay, Agent of Treachery. Sure, that's not too bad because I've got the... I can just bounce that and take it back. So let's go ahead and do that. 10 wins! That's really good.
This one. That's more like it.
Okay, and I think I'm gonna play this as a 4-4. But yeah, congrats on the 10. That's incredible. Right now we are at 2-1. We had a poor run-in with Cavalcade, but everything else has been pretty standard so far. This one's looking pretty good. We can find a second field. We have kind of the overpowering advantage. And even just these Krasis. Our opponent's on near top decks, so we're in a really good position here. Yeah, no attacks. Okay, second field means that they have the better, like, ground game. Cavalier. Okay, so they're going to be able to make a lot of these 2/2s. Did that whiff? Oh, no, it whiffed. Oh. Oh, no. Oh, I'm sorry. Yikes. I mean, yeah, these are the cards you'd expect. Okay. Alright, let's go ahead and... I think we want to... So what's the ability on reach? So I can't attack over it. I want to make a 6/6 then. Okay, we need to play Grazer, put down a Sands. Plus you.
Don't worry, I got this.
That's the turn. Hopefully we can find Kenrith. That'll probably end this. Kenrith or Golos. They're on top decks. Okay, that's 4 zombies. They've got strong position. A lot of zombies. Like, they're not out of it because of how many, like, you know, these zombies are going to be coming down. 1, 2, 3, 4. They can't get aggressive yet, but soon. Alright, 4 growth spirals. We can probably do something with these. Huh. So I'm gonna burn this Teferi off
I've
next
got it.
turn. And we can go ahead and attack with our 1 Krasis here. So is that gonna get them back? Probably get their own Krasis? Oh, yeah, okay. That might not have been what I... So many Teferis. I need a second field to be able to keep up with them. So they get this Krasis. Nah, I should have just bounced it or something like that. Letting that die was kind of a poor decision, I think. Because them having 4 cards and redrawing here means we're on even terms, but my hand is 4 Teferis. I don't like 4 Teferis. It doesn't do anything. Okay. I want to find Golos pretty quick here. Whoa! Okay, then. Makes sense. Bounce your own Krasis. Yeah, that's probably a good play here. Just get that going. Alright, so let's go... We're gonna kind of thin out the board a little bit. That's perfect. So Field of the Dead, 2. Okay, I think let's go ahead and bounce our own Krasis.
No, I am not making this up as I go.
How big of a Krasis do we want? We've got 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13. I guess we go Krasis for 8. Alright. Growth Spiral.
I know my responsibility. This might be a bad idea.
And I think we don't want that. Okay. So we've got a Wrath, we've got Golos. We've got an infinite, like, engine for value. I think we're fine. Death Sprout, hell yeah! Okay, this is gonna be a Realm Cloak Giant. We're gonna cast off. There's Yarog. Yep. So, like, what? Cast off. Sure, kill Teferi, I don't care.
Now what?
Okay. So actually, the way I want to do this is kind of funky. I don't want that Cavalier of Thorns to die. So we're going to go...
Sorry I'm late.
Bounce your Cavalier.
I've got time.
In with Hydroid. Cast off. Change. Giant. Field of the Dead down. Yep, billion triggers. Golos. Field of the Dead down. Billion triggers. This seems to be the deck to beat, yes. Where'd all the creatures go? Realm Cloaked Giant here is a big friend of ours. Destroy all non-giant creatures. Okay, Cavalier, gonna get him more lands. Okay. They are at 19 in deck, we're at 23 in deck. They get an elemental trigger there. And an Arboreal Grazer, which is not an elemental, that's just a beast. Alright, we want... I guess we want plus on Teferi.
Here goes nothing.
Kenrith, there you are. "17 attackers. I think Kenrith's my favorite card in this deck. Oh, sorry, Crux. I've not set that up for this. I can show you it here in just a second, though. It's pretty standard. There's nothing really that big about it. The Kenrith's my main thing. I think is a really good addition. So yeah, Grazers, where you're running the Fey Wishes with a pile of sideboard cards, then just all these lands that do anything. But yeah, that's a good idea. I should probably set that up for something like this. I'm usually doing limited, so it doesn't cross my mind. Anyway. 3-1. Let's see if we can keep going. Again, I think I said 5 was where I wanted this to hit, but if we can do better. I trust so damn much that Chase plan is totally feasible. Shady Stranger. Uh-oh. Alright, are they on Cavalcade? This is gonna be Cavalcade 3. Running around. Okay, I'll take this. This is Grazer, Route, Teferi. We can, yeah, we'll turn 1 to turn 2. Yeah, okay. Okay, let's go ahead and Breeding Pool, pay 2 life, Grazer. We'll put down the temple so I can try to draw into another land here. It's not bad though. I already played my spell, so this ain't free, but no, let's move that down. Mono black? Teferi should be pretty good here. Dreadhorde Invasion. Teferi's gonna be really good here. Okay, mono black. So I can like bounce that Dreadhorde token and that won't be much of a problem. The double breeding pool is awkward. Usually we don't have doubles, and this is, you know, we have one, so it's a bit of an annoyance, but okay. Oh, there's field. That feels really good. Damn, we're one land short. So let's go grab Gruul Guild Gate, Celestian Guild Gate. So we need one more land, and then our field is on. We get to Teferi next turn. Teferi's just gonna bounce Ayara. There's a cat. So that's the long game with this deck. They're gonna probably sack cat, sack token for 2 black and a card. And I have to sack my Grazer? I'll think about it. Sack Ayara if I target it. Yeah, but I don't want to leave Ayara a lot. Like, that killed it. So that's... Oh, hi. Well... Change Giant. Yeah. Sure. Crunch. Alright, so I might actually play the Grazer here so that I have an edicted target for Kenrith if something goes bad, because I might be playing Kenrith next turn. Or if I play the Realm Cloak Giant next turn, I can't get edicted out. So 4 cards in hand and cat. Kenrith is Spawn of Mayhem. Okay, that's just something I'm bouncing. That's easy.
Trust me. You'll thank me later. I'll protect you.
Hey, Golos. Alright, so land. Golos. Take action. Another field. Double trigger. And here we go. The deck is on. So now we just need to gain a little bit of life to be outside of, like, cat burn range. This deck works very well when it, like, basically, like I said, if this deck makes it past turn 5, I don't see it being able to lose. It has so much value going on. Wow. What, are you gonna double edict me? Like, I'm just gonna kill you.
Great minions. Look smelly, but effective.
Like, what's your plan here?
Here we go.
Is he gonna draw cards? Off of... you control dying? I could Kenrith. Kenrith Haste, Kenrith. Got 9 right now. No recursion. I think we just go top 3. Okay. Okay, so I think next turn I just kill my opponent.
I've learned much. I'll find a use for you later.
0, 0, 0. Cool. How'd X cards work when they're free? You can't pay X. I'd rather have it in the grave. Okay, we're gonna go ahead and exile this Krasis, because I think Kenrith is worth more. If they have a second copy, that'll be pretty good for them.
This looks like a fun new toy.
Oh wow, okay. Alright, so we're gonna go... Once Upon a Time. Fabled Passage. Yeah, we gotta make sure Kenrith comes down and doesn't use our red. Hello! The beatdown cometh! Yeah! Oh, Kenrith is like, alright. If you're playing this deck, like, I'm sure if you're aware of this deck, if you've played, you know, the Field Golos deck, you know, you're aware of kind of its ins and outs. Try this card out. Just give Kenrith a little shot. One of. Just, it's fine. Just Hoofa! Haste your team when you make like 12? Because you make like 12, you know, 2/2s. Undead Warchief 30, born in the year 1930. Alright, how's our opener look? W4R when the game ain't bad, yeah. This looks good. All we need to do is draw one land for route, and then we're fine. And we'll know what we have to do. If they're aggro, we just Temple Garden into the Grazer. If they're not so aggro, we can wait up on it. Okay. I don't want to pay the life. Actually, black white. Is that? Who's off Guildgate? Okay, so we need a land in 2. Then we get Circuitous Route, then we get Golos and Realm Cloak Giant. Temple of Silence, they're black-white fully. Scry Bottom. Krasis for a 1-1. Okay, we have... So, the cool thing about this deck is we do play 28 lands. It's a pretty high number. So our odds of seeing that 4th land are pretty good. Growth Spiral. And Growth Spiral finds it a little late, but it does find it. That's fine by me. So, like, I want to play Golos next turn. I want to draw an untapped land and play Golos. Then I can play Circuitous Route and get 2 zombies. Wow. Alright, well, we're just going to Circuitous Route instead. So I want the Boros Guildgate and the Golgari Guildgate. Alright, they just win Murderous Rider. That's, okay. You got it, boss. They're very slow. Our opponent is very, very slow here. That's good for us. We can, like, again, like I've said, I think if we can make it to, like, turn 5 or 6 in a game, like, we win most of those, right? Like, I feel like those are the games we want. Sweet. I guess, I'm just gonna cast Circuitous Route. No. Because if I cast Golos here, I can get another Field of the Dead, and it won't trigger it. Because we only have 6 lands now. But when we play Circuitous Route next turn, we get 4 2/2s. So, and then we can play Hydroid Krasis for like 10. For 8, sorry. As for 10 mana as an 8/8. Sure. We have Teferi to deal with that, which is really good for us, actually. Like, we have 4 Teferis. If we bounce that, we get another Field of the Dead. So, as far as removal goes, that is not the one, that does not match up well against us. Ooh, like once upon a time before I do my thing. I'll pull it up afterwards, Ken Aqua. Again, apologies. I don't do Constructed a lot, so I did not think about the deck list as I did this event. I generally only do construct like drafting, so it just did not come to mind. Apologies there. Yeah. I understand, and I do apologize. It was just something I literally did not think of as I was doing this. That's 8. But yeah, I will pull it up after this game to make sure that I can show it. Again, I apologize. I'll try to get that on, I'll get it on a little slide so I can pull it up here. Again, it's just, I don't do Constructed, so it's like, oh, you don't have to think about that much, Jens, do you? No, like we're doing events like this, and this deck's doing well. Let's keep it rolling. So our opponent's just removal.deck, it looks like. We got Cry the Carnarium. Yeah, they're out. Okay. They're not able, this is a very poor matchup for our opponent. Like, a lot of spot removal versus a deck that just is, like, just does not care about spot removal. Alright. So there's that, and That. So there's the mana base for it. Like I said, I'll go ahead and get this kind of set up on the side. The idea is there's a Feo Wishes sideboard, which was not, like, immediately intended, because I did intend this for a best of 3. I thought, like, oh, we're playing best of 3, right? No, that's not what this format is. It's just single limb. So... Okay. So yeah, there you are. And apologies for not having that up. It very slipped my mind as I was doing this. So what I have done is put the list up on the side. We're gonna save this list, and then I can go ahead and point the usual Hearth deck camera at that. Okay. Now let's see if that covers anything relevant. If it does, we'll kind of adjust it, but just having the deck on the side seems like it won't cover much of anything. Ravager. You'll get to see that when the... Okay. This is an awkward one. It's slow. Very slow. Unsure how much I like this with this hand. Like, this doesn't go anywhere. If we had a blue source, I think this would look a little better. I think we can afford the mulligan here. This looks about the same. I just go ahead and put, like, we put on bottom here. Krasis doesn't look like it's going to be happening anytime soon. Again, Krasis for 1 is something that can pull this out. Deckless is sort of in the way. Alright. Let's go with this. And then if I put the Deckless on now, is it in the way? Not especially. Okay. There's nothing on that side other than, like, declining or things like that. Okay, I want a 5th land. Sorry, Kenrith, I can't afford you right now. A little too expensive. Okay, we can go... Oh, flash, huh? Okay. Awkward. Oh, we do not have a... We do not have a good hand for this fight. Like, we don't have a Teferi that we got to land early. They don't have double blue. But, like, we don't have a great hand for this position is the problem. Hopefully we can just, like, Krasis and things like that and get around it. I don't see us having too much of an issue in that world. There's that guild gate. Well, they can't play Mystic Snake, so, okay, then. Are you gonna let me resolve Golos? Because if Golos resolves, like, what, Mystic Denial? Or the mana leak that targets blue things? No! Huh. Let's just get a Field of the Dead going, like... Buddy, oh, I don't know. That's not what I would be doing here. We're gonna go Plaza of Harmony. Golos. It's my anti-quench. Field of the Dead number 2 is here. Maybe don't unsummon the draw engine, yeah. Okay. I thought this was going to be a bad match, but they're off double blue, so they just can't do anything. I really thought that it just wasn't going to resolve. Okay. Yeah, alright. Like, how many zombies do I need to finish this game, right? Buddy! Unsummon Golos, okay. Yeah, time for a Hydroid Crisis? Okay, goodbye, Ravager. So I feel like the deck is fine to show during the game, but outside of it, it covers too much, so... Alright. What are we at? We're, wow, 6-1. This one's doing well. We had our one misstep against Cavalcade, and that was it. So, let's keep rolling. Not even a misstep. Okay. Kizdi. Sweet, this looks really good. Yeah, this looks sweet. Keep. So I needed Circuitous Route for some white sources, but... And we need an untapped land, I guess, but the Temple of Mystery can get us an untapped land for 4. So, like, Temple of Mystery... Yeah, this looks good. I think they're on a mole 6. It's okay. We mulled last time, and that, you know, that's what you gotta do. That is an untapped land, so we want to keep it. I specifically want any untapped land for turn 4. I want to know know what that basic is. Swamp. Knights. Okay, let's go Field of the Dead into play. Castle Vantress, circuitous route for 2 white sources. Celestia Guildmate and Boros Guildgate. Yeah, no 1 or 2 on a Knight deck seems like a really, really good position for us. Acclaimed Contender on 3 with nothing? Oh boy. Circuitous route. Grab some more gates. Okay. Sorry, my friend. That was not a very aggressive start. What's the wishboard? I kind of made it up on the spot. I did not intend this deck to have a wishboard initially. I'll pull it up for you. I don't have it here. The idea is I want to have land available for as many triggers as possible. We want to have things like Graveyard Hate, maybe something to beat a mirror, and then like some big, both like small pieces that help us out in specific instances, and big cards that just win a game. So that's the wishboard. I feel like the Fabled Passage is one of my favorites in here. I haven't used it at all yet, so I can't speak to it. I've played 8 games and I played 8 games. The only time I've played that Fae was as a 1/4 blocker against a Cavalcade deck. Baddies. Alright. This looks okay with the temple. I don't like the double arboreal here, but the temple is nice. We can hopefully get up to Golos on 3. You have to win 12 rounds? Yes, that's the max. You get prizes for every round, though. Okay. So I don't know what my opponent is, but I do feel like I want to get the temple activation. This will also make okay, Plaza Harmony is fine. It's an untapped land. Temple of Epiphany. There might be like a blue, red flash deck, something like that. Okay, Grazer 2. Order that the other way if you're playing. Yeah, order that the other way. Fires, they could be fires. Ooh, elementals? Well, alright. No attacks. So I actually want to grab a white gate with this so that I can double up with Plaza of Harmony. So that Realm Cloak Giant is a castable card. Market Highlands, okay. Alright, so it looks like they're kind of like us. Oh, our wishboard. Golos first, though. See if Golos resolves into this. Okay, they're counterspell based. Interesting. Did not expect that. Alright, so Fail Wishes. It's Reclamation? Maybe. Grazer's awful here. Let's go ahead and wish. Okay. So I want I have single blue right now. God, do I just want that Fabled Passage? Like, I think I want to get more lands down and start getting my board built out here. I can't cast anything else out of here. Let's go ahead and build up the board. We'll Fabled Passage for our white. Actually, no. We won't Fabled Passage right now. We'll shift the turn. Like, we might be able to use Fabled Passage as an activation of Field of the Dead twice. Chemister's Insight, okay. That's a card I probably should have included in that wish board just as a card. I had Jace as my card advantage machine, I think. That's... Okay, got a lot there. If we can just get to the mana, I feel like we're good. Okay. This is a pretty obvious play for me. We go grab our white source. And we Crisis for 4. Even if they counter it, I don't care. Because we actually get into our lands and we start getting things rolling really nicely. Off on tap, that's 6 lands. Any land from here is good for us then. Okay. So now they must do something to answer our Hydroid Crisis, right? Like, they have to do something to, like, start affecting the board. Do they have, like, some sort of combo win? Or, like, a burnout? Like, what's the play here, I wonder? Okay, they get their Chemister's Insight, discard a land, draw 2, 5 cards in hand. They are true teamer. Like, there doesn't look like there's a third color at all. Niv Mizzet. Can't be countered. Okay. Do I just want to try and Wrath that out? And then play Vantress? Wrath that out and then play Vantress. It's not so bad. I think Niv needs to not be alive, though. I feel like that's a really dangerous card. If they have a negate, they get me here. Kinda hope Niv just dies. Oh, cycling a shock, huh? Cast off. Change. Giant. Okay, so they still have 5 cards in hand, 16 life. A lot of mana, 8 mana. I can Crisis for 6 next turn. Rouse Outburst on a token. Whoa. Oh, shit. Okay. Is our opponent's hand hyper garbage? Like, what's going on? So let's draw 3. Even if they counter this, the Hydroid Crisis still does its thing. Nice. Field of the Dead number 3, huh? Oh. Here we go. So they get to scry 2 off the castle. Which is pretty good. That means they might be able to find something. Feels super rude and best of 1. I'm incredibly impressed by it. This is performed a little above expectations so far, and we're not dead yet, so... Okay, so I can buy back that Fey of Wishes next turn by just discarding Arboreal Grazer and Growth Spiral. Is there anything that punishes land and standard down? No! This card is unpunishable. There is nothing that can be done about this card. Like, once it's in play, you have to play like a 4-mana Demolish. Like, it's really, really bad. Oh, there's Reclamation. Alright. Trophy can kill it, sure, but if you kill more, like, what happens if you trophy this right now, right? Like, it just doesn't do the job. Like, Trophy can kill it, Demolish can kill it, that 6-mana Ragnar spell can kill it, and you can unboard Ego it. That's it. That's like, that is like the long list of anything that can answer it. 4 cards. Let's go to combat, attack for 9, we can fail wishes. Okay, let's just go Hollowed Fountain. What do I... Okay, we've got... I think the card we want here is Ether Gust in case they go for a giant burn spell on our face, right? So we can also Veil of Summer, and that'll give us hexproof from blue and black so that Expansion Explosion can't target us. I'm gonna go with the Ether Gust. Because I don't want to die to, like, an Expansion Explosion. They might still be able to kill me with an Expansion Explosion. Scry 2, sure. Because they've got 9 mana, 18 mana, Expansion Explosion for... 14. They would need another Reclamation. 10th land. It's possible. It's possible. Okay, so here's the end step. We wait for that trigger to go on the stack. Yep, they're going to tap out. Okay, that's 9. They get all their mana back. If they have Explosion, this is still not Explosion for lethal. I guess if they copy it? Because that's Explosion for 2, 5, 2, 9. So Explosion for 9. Sabotage. Okay, and then I just kill them with my board, right? Oh no, Flame Sweep. Alright. That's kind of bad. Alright, I need to draw into Kenrith, then. Okay, let's go ahead and... I don't have red. I can't get red. How do I get red? Because we have black in play, we haven't... Because our circuitous route, the plaza will tap for red, but then I have 5 mana left over. So I need to... Yeah, but I have to tap the plaza. With them on a battlefield tapped. So no matter what, these are all tapped. Because, yeah, so now we tap out for Kenrith. But that's not enough. Okay. Damn it! So I needed to play that route last turn, I guess? That probably would have been the... No, that changes everything from there. Because the route I was holding in my hand as a backup. Yeah, I guess, did they find another copy of Explosion? Reclamation second. Reclamation third. Oh, God. Okay. You have infinite mana and Chemistry's Insight. So they can draw into a lot of cards. So they Insight here. Draw 2. They still get 30 more mana. Basically, if they have it, they kill us. Please Explosion for... Okay, Explosion for 8. There we go. Just knock me out. That's the easy way to do it. Alright. So yeah, damn. I guess I should have gone for that earlier, the play with, I don't know. I don't actually know what I would want to change there. Let them Explosion harder? Anyway, that puts us at 7-2, which is I'm gonna call that a good run. That's over a 75% win rate, so... I love Kenrith, by the way. As I've talked about, Kenrith has been, like, my go-to card. Sure, I guess these are free. These are cards I'll play. But, like, again, I guess let me take the deck list down off the side, but, like, as far as the deck itself goes... Like, Kenrith was the card I added to a very stock list of this, and it won something like 4 games. It's a super easy include. It's findable with Once Upon a Time. If I was playing best of 3, I wouldn't do Fey Wishes. I only did it that one there, and I feel like the sideboard was just kind of made up of some garbage. With better knowledge against what we were playing against, I probably would have tried to resolve Unmoored Ego on Explosion. That might have just been better in the position we were on. Anyway, but that's it. That's all we're on now for here. So that's all I meant to do. Let's go ahead and open up our, I guess we got like a couple packs. That's easy enough. But that's going to be all for today. That was a very quick, actually a pretty normal length stream now I'm looking at it. But very happy to get some constructed in. I usually don't do constructed. Generally, if you catch the stream, if you want to follow and see when I do more of this, I do a lot of draft. That's my stock and trade. But been thinking about getting more into current constructed. The format's been pretty fun. And I certainly have cards sitting around to be able to build an interesting sets of decks. So, but yeah, if you want to catch more of this or any of the other cards I end up doing, you can always follow, see when I go live. It's free. It's easy. You can just see I'm generally on Tuesdays is card days. As far as other things I do, Wednesdays I do FF12, and Thursdays I've got Sekiro going on. If you want to support the stream, you can always subscribe. You get the cool skull, cool slime, cool emotes. But really, I'm just happy you're here having a good time. Happy to see y'all. Happy to see the new faces. Thank you again for the host from earlier. I appreciate it a lot, and I'm glad that people had a lot of fun with this event. If you're planning on going to this event, you could do a lot worse than the deck I ended up here. I would suggest, again, change out that wish board a little bit, make it a little stronger. There's a lot of cards that don't belong there because it was just kind of made on the fly because I thought we were doing best of 3. Because it says reach 2 match losses, so I thought we were doing matches, not games. Anyway, that's going to be all for today. Thank you all for joining. Have a good night, everybody.